are live. Sorry for that little delay, everyone. Welcome to round 3 of Tier 1 European League of Contest of Speed. I'm Two-Spell Wizard, and with me is Blades this week.
Feels good to be back.
Happy days, happy days. What are you reckoning then? Another fast track, lots of high speed, lots of overtaking. This will be why this track was picked.
Well, I think obviously the main overtaking zones we're going to be looking at is up into the hairpin at turn, well, I'll say turn 3, but turn 2 is not really a corner.
Whatever turn it gets designated.
And then down towards the, down the hill, again, the second DRS straight to turn 4. Main overtaking spots, you can really get someone done on the brakes there. There's also moves to be made into the double left-hander as well, if you're brave enough.
Definitely. One of these old type circuits, it's a modified version of the original Österreich ring, which was massive. Now it's been made very much smaller. But still, nonetheless exciting, and ever since Red Bull bought it, they put a disgusting metal bull in the middle of it. Nothing like ruining the beautiful Austrian countryside.
No, not at all. And I think Calzo is going to be the first man out on track, so he's going to come round to start his first flying lap now. What do you reckon for the pole time?
I'm thinking we're looking at mid 103s. Because these people are crazy. Oh, and Josh straight off into a spin. He's not ruined his car, thankfully. But he'll have to watch out for the pit entry because he might end up being disqualified. As
your good brother Titchy was on Monday night.
Yeah, no, I popped into the middle of qualifying to find that. Again, anyone who's in the lobby, can we deal with the same person keeps joining in? I'm conscious that somebody might be trying to get someone on the inside to do assistance during the race. That's not legal, so could that person leave the lobby, please? Otherwise, everyone will be under investigation for that.
Yeah, and as you said, Josh managed to get his car spun round.
104.2 for a first lap. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking mid 103s.
That's a hell of a banker from Gonzo.
Also up there, his teammate struggling. Varamir needs to really get back on track, I think, this week. Obviously not his fault in Azerbaijan in the race. He drove a great race and then had it ruined at the end. Now the racing points helping each other out. Beautiful. Let's go on board with Jacob.
104.1 for out. Setting the bar very high for bankers. Cookie comes across to the 104.8. And as you said, the racing points working so well together down that DRS straight. That is really where you want to be doing the toe if you're going to do one at all. Unfortunately, I think Jacob has invalidated this lap. It's a shame. He's still pushing. We get a little mini toe off line. No, he's pulling the pits. What a shame. It all looks so well, looks so good for Jacob after he got that toe from down there. But
out for the 104.1. Sorry for missing all of that action. Jake coming in. We're trying to sort out this random person in the lobby because I don't want to be dealing with a big investigation after the race.
So the new man, V6 Racers, comes out and puts out a 104.5 as his banker. not awful. But,
Matrix starts a lap.
hopefully, should be looking to get quicker. He's got a lot to live up to with his teammate. Oh, and Matrix!
Oh, he's done the same thing, but he hasn't lost his
managed to
wheel.
Lovely little bit of counter steer to keep himself out on track, and actually no damage on the hats. Incredibly.
It's impressive.
Yeah. But that will not be what Matrix was
looking for there. No, it definitely wasn't.
No.
We'll be looking at Josh again as he looks to rectify his spin from earlier.
And we have a weatherman. We have a man on the inside in the Alfa Romeo. Cookie has informed us that it is dry all the way, which is a bit boring, but I suppose we get to see a few more overtakes. So, and we will, of course, now, knowing that it's full dry, we will be seeing everything that these guys can give with their dry setups.
Great start to the championship as well for Josh. Some brilliant points he's picked up along the way.
I missed the result in Baku, so.
So at the moment, Josh he's got 24 points and is sitting third in the championship, 3 points behind Fruit, who was demoted to fourth after a penalty for his part in the accident at the safety car restart toward the end there.
No, I saw that. Yeah,
Josh jumped straight back up to fourth.
Unfortunate for Fruit, of course. There's nothing he could really do about that. But
no, it was one of those things.
The stewards deemed it was a penalty, so.
Anyone else on a flyer? Gonzo's about to. Another random person joining the lobby. Fruit, our champion, goes faster. He's heading back today. Obviously, you may have noticed that Lewis isn't here. Out goes faster still. The American champ. Fantastic. We're just on the... There we go. Into the 103.9s. We've got Lion in pole position at the moment in his Red Bull. People all vying for getting maximum points. So you may have noticed Lewis isn't here tonight.
He's going to come for the line.
Cookie goes fastest. Fantastic. And we cut you up in the weatherman. What's the weatherman saying, Blade?
Dry all the way.
Dry all, of course it is. It's tier 1.
So what I will say is the race might be a little bit, stale with it being dry, but we might see a few more overtakes. And obviously, quali will get to see these guys at their full potential with dry setups on. So nothing being spoiled for us today.
Apologies for the skittish commentary so far, but there's an unfolding controversy already with people being invited into the lobby to help out.
And I'm not too sure, Tuchel, but I think the Cookie Grandstand is returning.
The Cookie Grandstand? Where is the Cookie Grandstand?
The Cookie Grandstand is in the chat, however I feel they are trying to attempt the hokey cokey at the minute.
Oh no.
So...
The Cokey Cokey, in fact. The Cookie Cokey.
So,
got Josh on track behind Matrix, that looks like. So Matrix will be the first one to be starting a lap, I think. As we go around, we will obviously get other things like track map and a bit more information up later. We're just trying to get as much screen as possible for this point in the race.
Alp, America's Tier 1 champion, is on an out lap.
Matrix runs wide. Jacob not set a lap yet, as
A few
he's really got to go through. Fruit coming out, I think.
A few people out on the track for their second to last runs now.
Racer's gone for V6 Racer's gone for a double out back.
Josh is coming. Well, he's come through the sector 2 split now. He's 10th up on his time. We'll see what he can do. Can he claw it back in this last sector? ARS up to hot lap. Through the final corner. Onto the line. Comes the Red Bull. Puts in P4 with a 104.072. 2 thousandths off of Alp, but what can Alp do? Coming through the downhill section now. And up to sector 2 split. He's only 6 thousandths up on his time. He comes down towards the second last corner now.
Bit of a slide in the last corner.
Drives the curve.
And goes
Oh! Gained masses of time in
that
the,
was
in the last
definitely a 3.8 or a 3.7 if he hadn't have made that mistake on the last corner.
I will point out again, he was only 6 thousandths up on his lap time.
He must have had a stonking second to last corner, but then he sort of slid on the last one. So if he's got enough time to come back in and go out again, he's got some time in his pocket. Alpha 1-2 as it stands.
Cocky's going to come across the line now to start his lap.
Go on board as he tries to take back pole with his fans cheering.
Doesn't clip the curve on the inside as much as I presume he would have liked to.
There's a Ferrari run oddly at the end of there. That'll be Carlsbury coming into the pit lane.
Marginally down on his time as they come through. And now down towards the downhill right-hander.
Alfa Romeo currently third in the constructors, although 1-2 here would do them well, especially with Williams missing both of their drivers.
He's up on the exit, runs out wide over those curves. He's 800th of a second down. He's going to come into the pits, so he's aborting that lap.
Just less than 2 tenths between the top 5 there on this circuit. Fruit, I believe, is on the lap.
He's backed out of it.
Lion just pitting now.
I don't believe there is anybody on the lap at the minute, so
We've got Packer and the Mercedes, and we've got the about there as well. Is Jacob on a lap though?
He's in no ERS, so
Maybe he's doing second out lap, because that is one way that people can do it.
he is down on ERS, so it could be interesting. I would have thought he'd preferred to come in, but no, he's going to come again.
No, he's coming in. He better be pitting more savvy than that in the race, or he's going to be in trouble.
Now we've eliminated the miscreants.
There was another one in there, so did they both leave?
They've both gone.
That's good.
Packer over the curve on the exit and now up towards the sector 1 split. Nicely down with his time. Comes down towards the downhill right-hander. He's got an Alfa Romeo in his way. That is the car of out, I believe. It is. He's aborted his lap.
Start of a lap for the McLaren. He's invalidated. The one who out.
Unless he's going to use this as a second out
Lap now. Really. Bit too behind his Renault to get a tow. All yellow helmet here. Nice. Up. The final competitive course. Run 2 now, he keeps going to put down. He only improved just slightly. He's 1,000th slower than his teammate.
Alp's going to drive for the line, but it won't matter.
Alp stays fastest. Or was that his out lap? Oh, he's invalidated. No more lap for him.
Cookie now. What can the Tier 3 champion do?
Josh has started a lap.
To mode through. Rides the curve as he comes down through, past the final corner, to the line. Provisional pop. Maybe invalidated. Oh, shame.
That's in the pit lane. What are your predictions for the race, guys? It could be an open DRS train, this one.
Jacob not giving himself any space. I don't know whether that's because he's not got any time left. He's going to be right up behind Fruitful. Baromir slots in behind the champion. Is he going to have enough of a gap to give his teammate a tow? This is brilliant teamwork again by the Racing Points. Baromir pulls off to the right.
Carlsbury in the wall to get out of the way of Josh. He's still on for a valid lap. Goes pole! 1037 for the Red Bull. And we saw it there. Next we're moving on to... Is it Cookie? He pits.
Yeah, Cookie was provisional pole, but with an invalid
Line
lap,
over the Alps retired. Lion over the line. Go second! It's not good for pole, but it's a Red Bull 1-2.
We've got Jacob driving for the line now. He's got Fruitful ahead of him.
Fruit across the line.
He rides the curve.
Goes third. Jacob doesn't improve. So we have the Red Bulls in first and second. Driver of the season arguably in pole position. Lion in second. Fruit, the champion, in third, looking to claw back points in the championship. Any one of those, two of the top three could go top of the championship tonight. Cookie and Alp with the Alfa Romeos in fourth and fifth. Calzo following up on a great race for Toro Rosso in Azerbaijan. Matty again impressing in P7. Jacob in 8th. Ferrero Rocher in 9th. Flacco in 10th. Conzo 11th. He'll be getting to pick his tyres. A 1037. And a good start for V6 in his first race. P12 on the grid. What are your thoughts?
Well, I did say to you before the race started, did I not, that I thought Josh might have a chance of winning this one.
You did, and he's put himself in literally pole position there. Closely followed by his teammate. Fruit, obviously, who is always much stronger in the races than he is in qualifying, is already up there this time. Not having to make up for a bad qualifying. I'd expect to see the Racing Point of Varamir move his way through the field, because it's very close on pace.
I think Alt could well have a good result, as long as he doesn't have a bad start. However, Alt notorious for bad starts, so we shall see what happens.
Obviously, even in the absence of Lewis, Josh took it to him in the early stages of Baku, so let's not play down the fact that he's taken pole position. That was a fantastic lap. Although he has now pressed X to start in his eagerness to get going.
Well, what a shame. Well, you just knew that was going to happen.
Just too excited there, too excited.
I don't blame him as well. I think that's his first pole position with us.
Yes, it will be, yeah, his first season.
Yeah. Possibly the only pole position by someone other than Lewis this season. Anyway, let's hope not.
So the tyres, Conzo, Varamir and Matrix all opting for the mediums, Racer, V6 Racer and Carlsbury with the softs, despite being outside of the top 10. Obviously all the people in the top 10 will have to be on softs, and they'll be used softs. This is a dead-on, one-stop race. We'll be looking to see people coming in between lap 9 and lap 14. 4 medium tyres if you're on the soft strategy. Perhaps as early as lap 17 or as late as lap 25 for a run on the softs. Depends on how quick you want to be and how risky you want to be towards the end of the race.
And it's quite interesting that V6 Racer has gone for the soft tyres. I would expect anyone outside the top 10 to go for the reverse strategy. Especially, I don't know if he's talking with Fruitful or not.
It's good to see 2 orange cars on the grid today there.
Of course, yeah, but I mean, if he was on the reverse strategy, he might have been able to help Fruitful in terms of holding other drivers up and being at the front. So yeah, it's just interesting that the majority of the drivers last night in Tier 2, I believe, outside the top 10, did end up going for the alternate strategy.
Conzo could be a good shout for coming through the field. He's the leading man on the alternate strategy. We'll keep an eye out on him as they line up on the grid. For the start of the Austrian Grand Prix in Season 5 of Tier 1. Take it away.
Well, I was going to let you do it. Well, we've got 5 red lights now. We wait for the glitch. It's boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Pull it away from the grid. Josh gets a good start. And Lion covers off Fruitful into turn 1. Cookie forced out wide. We've got incidents at the back. There's a yellow flag. It's Calzo.
Calzo's around.
Soft tyres. And Matrix as well was off, I believe, which is a shame.
Damage for Matrix.
Nothing for Calzo.
The Bulls still lead away. Cookie's lost out to Matty as well.
Getting a bit squirmy on the exit of the hairpin. So that's all the advantage of the soft tyres swiftly going away.
Varamir and Carlsbury going at it.
Carlsbury trying to hold it round the outside.
And he does.
Good move from the fin.
That move was about 4 corners long.
Just under fuel, Varamir.
Matty straight into the pits. Oh, and Carlsbury's hit the back of Paco. In the last corner. Matty came into the pits. Bundled people up behind him.
It is a wing change.
Carlsbury with a much better exit out of turn 1 up the hill. He'll have reduced stopping power with his wing there. Holds it up the inside, gives the Mercedes a nudge for its trouble. The Mercedes tucks in. Thinks about it. Oh, no. Varamir is the prime position on the tyres. Hard tyres for Matrix and Matty.
It will be interesting to see at the front if Red Bull have adopted a let them race strategy. Or whether
very true, especially
block us.
We're about to enter. Oh, Lion runs wide. We're about to enter DRS time. Lion has already got a penalty, as has Carlsbury. We should be jotting these down. Jacobs, that's the fastest lap on lap 2.
It's very easy to pick up penalties here, but as we saw in Brazil, race 1, simple 3-second penalty can and will kill you for position. Cooking drop from P3 to P8.
It's quite an easy track to pick up penalties. I did in fact pick up a penalty yesterday, but I can reassure the people who may have been floored a bit by seeing that pop up on yesterday's stream. That was removed after I got a couple of warnings for running wide in the damp conditions at turn 2. So I am still a good boy, really, don't worry.
Fruitful locks up into the downhill right-hander, as it's still as you were after the first lap of DRS racing. And Lion looking a bit racy with Josh, so I think it's going to be let them race from Red Bull.
Oh, he's already got a penalty, so he'll have to get away if he does get through.
And he will have just picked up 2 more warnings there, I believe, for a cut. And
he does have a lot more ERS though than Josh.
Slow through turn 1, Josh slowing him down. He gets a good run out though. Long straight up towards the hairpin. Uphill braking zone, of course, you can brake even later than normal.
One of the weird things that I love about that corner is actually, fun fact, that is my favourite corner in all of Formula 1. Up at the top of the hill. Because I think it's the only hairpin that you accelerate out of before you've even apex.
Well, that is interesting, and Cookie has fallen back out of the DRS train now. So I'm going to continue the theme of commentary this week and say that he didn't buy a ticket. And I think his job now is just going to be to back Jacob up. So
getting a bit ragged there. Top 4 breakaway. Another 3 seconds.
That's going to hurt him.
His teammates let him through there, I think. He pulled right out of the way, did Josh.
Brakes early, Josh. He goes for the switchback.
Well, maybe not. Maybe he's lining up this move.
DRS breezes past.
Oh, I take that back. It's all hold bar that take no prisoners at Red Bull. Race V6 racer with a 3-second penalty.
And I assume he would have had an incident early on because he's gone to the hard tyre. Those hards will last, but they're not going to be very good towards the end.
Let's drop back to the car train. This is our third of 3 DRS trains, but we're heading it up in P8. Cal's looking to get through.
Will have a chance into the first corner. He has to lift off there.
Rotate on.
Bit of a snap there from Carlsbury on the exit, so
Konzo and Varamir holding onto the back of it with their medium tyres. Alp has got past Fruit and Lime. Sorry we've missed that, lads. We were enjoying it a bit further back.
This
But
is
all
gonna
change
go.
here.
This is gonna go long. This little side-by-side battle.
Josh has
Alp's not
broken
gonna
away
wanna
to
pull out
nearly
of it.
2 seconds.
Yeah, all this battling has obviously forced an error from Lyle. And Josh is just gonna get away. Lion clips the grass, and then we'll get another penalty, or another warning, sorry, on the exit.
Had a bit of a glitch there, guys, don't worry. I thought it had all gone crazy then. I was about to commentate on them all crashing, but they didn't. Cookie has been able to catch up to this now, so we've now got a lead train of 1, and now we've got a big DRS train from 2nd to 7th. It's like Brazil all over again. Matrix runs wide in the middle sector.
A bit racy between Fruitful and Alp there. Alp's going to have the inside line, he's going to be able to brake later. No, he stays out of it. Smart move from Alp.
Cookie not interested in taking his teammate.
Now, Jacob lining something up on Cookie, and he's got it done. Cookie's going to go for the switchback, but nothing doing.
Now what Fruit won't want is if they start battling with Alp, is the other Red Bull getting away. Now I do feel that Lion has a slight pace advantage over Josh, but he's completely reckless when it comes to track limits. He's already on 6 seconds.
I've just seen him, he just keeps running wide. He runs wide and runs wide. At
Jacob's the closest to Alp. Jacob round the outside. Alp's going to try and line up the next bit.
And R3 Austria got past Cookie as well, so...
Cookie really not happy at this stage. Maybe his rhythm's just been upset a little bit.
And it's not a DRS failure as well, his DRS was wide open, so... Fruit has got past Lion and is now chasing down Josh.
So already at this early stage in the race, Champion Fruit is ahead. There's so much action going on. Carlsbury's got ahead of Matty. Matty's got ahead of Carlsbury. It's all a bit of a battle at the back as well. Fruit locks up into the final corner. Matty and Carlsbury still side by side. Alp in the pits. Lion, who was in P1 briefly, is now back to P3.
Alp dropped it all the way down to neutral to get the car slowed down. He needs a new front wing.
Oh, he's taken some side damage. Ooh, Lion thought about it there. Is he going to get a better exit? No, Fruit gets the better exit. Got bogged down a bit there, did Lion, but he's got brilliant straight line speed as the Red Bull. Feels odd to say that.
Cookie is just sticking to the back of R3 Austria. Who has himself broken away from Jacob now, so...
Aramir is still lead medium. Alp is now 11... P11 rather, 16 seconds behind them.
And Lion has hit Fruitful.
Fruit's in the box.
The bits. And Lion just didn't realise it maybe, so...
Because Lion got damage.
No damage, it was a straight hit.
Oh, he spun! He spun and he's out
of
this
this race.
race!
That's going to be a safety car, surely.
That's got to be a safety car. He's completely gone round.
And it is safety car.
Full course yellow for our American viewers. Full course caution. Safety car is out. Josh leads. Fruit got his pit stop down. Fruit will go back past the man, probably thinking karma. If he's been hit going into the pit lane, he is driving a McLaren.
Karma.
Lion leaves the session. Undoubtedly fuming.
That is a very, very, very unhappy Dutch Red Bull driver there.
He did look very much like that was going to be an issue all race, though. It was on the regular. I mean, it was exciting to watch, but it was just sort of on the edge the whole time. It was a bit like watching an early Max Verstappen.
Josh obviously boxes now. Who wouldn't? Oh, I think that's unfair.
Oh
I
dear.
think that's an unfair
Speeding in the
5
pit lane.
seconds for Josh. I saw it. I was on board with the Red Bull.
Faramir will take the lead ahead of Conzo. Alp, remember, had already pitted, but Fruit, because of the way the safety car worked and the fact that Alp had to change his wing, he's lost out a bit. So Fruit is effectively your leader here, I feel. No, Jacob gets out ahead. Crucially, Jacob gets out ahead of Josh, obviously, but Jacob gets out ahead of Fruit. That's a leapfrog and a half. Josh, we'd expect, but Jacob has got past Fruit, and he was in the sort of group behind, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was interesting because Fruit managed to get his pit stop done under the safety car, so you would have thought he would have been a bit closer to getting out ahead of Jacob and Josh, but obviously the way the safety car works, the leaders boxed and there was still a delta, so...
Definitely. So Varamir leads. Is this the moment he needs to get his season back on track in the Racing Point? He does have to pit, but he is going to be rapid towards the end of this race, and if another safety car comes out in a bit and he can keep track position from the guys behind, because those mediums will still be at prime working range and 10 laps in. So he has absolutely zero disadvantage to the people behind him, because a fresh set of mediums is operating the same way as a 10 or 11 lap old medium easily. In fact, they just get quicker and quicker. What are your thoughts digesting from this safety car at this time?
Obviously, Varamir will be looking for another safety car later on, otherwise he would have boxed now.
I just don't think you want to be on the hards at any point, really.
No, you really don't, and that's the thing. Matrix has gone for softs, which, I mean, fair enough, he didn't want to be on the hards. He's probably expecting another safety car. It's a tough one to call because obviously Tier 1. Tier 1, you don't expect many safety cars. It's the Premier Tier, but as has been proven, it still happens. So there still could be one later, but I think Varamir's going to have a tough time getting back into this race later on.
So safety car is coming in. Varamir leads. Is it coming in? No, it looked like he was backing off, but then it's not coming in.
No, Matrix obviously too far back for the safety car's liking.
It did look like he was backing up a bit from the safety car there. Now, Varamir, one of our drivers who is very particular on safety car restarts, he's in charge of it today, so let's see what he does.
And Matrix is staying back a little bit from the pack. He can catch up, there is no delta, but he is staying back a bit. So
he'll want to warm up his tyres later on. He knows that the whole field will bunch up a bit. Yeah, menacing Haas there, lying in wait, ready to strike. So what do we reckon? Do you reckon he's going to go super slow and then bolt it out of the last corner? Or is he going to get it round the second to last rint curve and bomb it through the last couple of corners? But obviously that risks running wide and getting a penalty or stuffing it all up.
I think he might. He might sort of dummy it down towards the second last corner and then full on go for it as he goes through the corner, because he might be able to get an advantage over Konzo and Josh. Gives him a bit of the slip. Safety car actually in this lap, so we will see.
Here we go. The only man on the soft tyres on the track is Matrix in last place. We've lost Lion to a driver error out of turn 1, out of the Niki Lauda curve. He's gone already. He's gone really early.
Yeah, he's left Matrix behind.
Josh is all over the back of Konzo already. Great restart from Varamir.
Oh, Josh has to avoid.
He had such a better exit there. He's even had a mistake. He's had such a better exit. He's managed to get alongside already, even though he had that little error there. Jacob and Brute fighting for P4.
And I didn't really want to break the news. I suppose Matty said it in the chat now. Lion has just left the league after that crash. So what a shame to lose a driver.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat.
But I wasn't going to say.
Feels there's no point practicing. I mean, if you keep it on the track, there's every point you were P2 in that race at that point.
Look at how much Josh is just closing in on Varamir through that middle sector. Fresh tyre advantage for the Red Bull. Massive.
I don't think it's so much fresh tyres. I think it's more that obviously we expect Josh to be a bit faster than Varamir, but Varamir feeling the need to break the toe already. Josh just wants to get back in front and be done with it, because if another safety car comes out and he's already back in the lead, then that negates the possibility of people pitting. They are getting a little bit of a gap to Konzo though. Konzo is the cork in the bottle at the moment. Racing point of Jacob, trying to make it 2 racing points from the podium. They're not giving up track position lightly.
Gets a great drive out of the hairpin. I think that might be moved on. Will be moved on for Jacob.
Josh will have DRS next time by on Varamir. Varamir, we know, much more of an attacking driver than a defending driver, so we'll see what his defence game is when we get to it.
Right, Josh breaks earlier, stays behind. He wants the DRS down the long straight in towards the hairpin. He lets Varamir do whatever he wants. Breaks so much later than the racing point.
Cookie and Carlsbury with penalties. Carlsbury, that must be his second. I think he had one earlier in the race.
Second for Cookie as well.
He goes right to the inside. Side by side action.
Nudging, but we don't mind
Leaves
that.
the space as much as he can. Great overtaking.
Now going to lose it to his teammate. And
He's not going to argue that though.
He's not realised he's got DRS down that straight.
Oh!
Josh.
He nearly had a racing point up his arse there. Calzo and Konzo doing the switcheroo. Fruit gets past Varamir. Varamir from first to fourth in a matter of corners.
And now Josh will look to pull away.
Yellow flag, there's an accident at the back.
It's a Renault, it's Matty who is off in the barriers.
Matrix and V6 were also involved in that incident.
Oh no, he managed to keep it out the barriers. Matrix with wing damage.
Matrix pits.
I don't see Matrix retiring. He would have needed to make another pit stop anyway.
Oh, he bounces over the sausage curb, does Matty, on the last corner. Terrifying scenes. I'd go to mediums if I were Matrix.
He's gone soft again.
Jake gets past Calzo. Matty with a 3-second time penalty. The field is still so bunched up.
If he can just get himself out of DRS range of Jacob. then that might be the key to getting away and winning this race.
Race leader. Finished second in Baku. It was a brilliant drive. Is he going to add to it with a race win today? We're just about reaching the halfway stage at the end of the next lap. A long way to go. He sets the fastest lap. Fruit comes alive on the harder compound tyres in races, you know.
Josh has pulled away out of that corner. Jacob's going to have Fruit behind him.
Varamir side by side. There's going to be 3 wide into the Riemann curve. It's an absolute dive bomb from Calzo, but he makes it stick. Brilliant stuff. At the inside. Oh, good race. Roche tried to pull out of the slipstream of Calzo, then he realised right at the last second that there was another car there, and he couldn't do that because Varamir was the same thing to him. Brilliant. Cookie is now behind Conzo, who's slipping back, as is Varamir. But they do have their soft tyres to come on. Safety car really has ruined it for them.
Back now, but towards Jacob. He gets another penalty for his troubles. 8 seconds now for Josh.
The man in the box seat at the moment is Jacob, who was cruelly ripped across the track at the end of Baku. Can he get back on track here in Austria? Fruit will want to make up for his part in that, which cost him a podium.
Alp is not feeling confident on these mediums.
Although he is right behind Carlsberg at the moment.
Yeah, Carlsberg just made a move on him into the hairpin.
Ah.
Alp will look to get back past in the next lap in the DRS. And I am the man of the people, Donamo, so I will...
The man I want to see on the move is Cookie at the moment. He runs very wide there.
Josh has 8 seconds. Jacob is clean. Calzo is clean of warnings. Russia clean. Baron. Interesting situation at the top.
Cookie runs wide. Matthew's crashed. Oh no, he's in the pit. He's in the box. In the box. In the box.
Which is fair enough.
Carlsberg has been lining up this move all lap, and he finally dives down the inside. Cookie goes for the switchback, but it's not on. It might have cost him a bit of his wing as well.
And Alp gets a little bit of oversteer coming out of that corner and has to save it. Jacob and Fruit are both clear. So
we have a 3-car train at the front, headed by Josh, followed by Jacob and Champion Fruit. Calzo and Jake are next. And we got Baku on his own. Varamir holding up fellow alternate strapman Conzo, who's got Calsbury all behind him now. Dives down into the inside, off the Remus curve. Jacob's a bit too far back from there. But Carlsbury makes it stick, and now Alp's looking at getting through on Conzo. Dives to the outside, 3 wide. I think he's going to make that stick. He's going to get a better exit. He's going to be on the inside for the next corner. He does.
Josh has just pulled away 3/10 from Jacob in that sector. Jacob managing to claw some of it back now.
Such a brilliant line through the penultimate corner from Josh there. I do get the feeling that Jacob is probably the little slower of the two, but he's being kept in this with the DRS. He doesn't want to overtake here.
A couple of other times, Austria is one massive DRS train. So, but the first three corners all DRS straight after them.
Only 12 seconds separating the top 11, only 10 seconds separating the top 10. Now's going to be the sort of time where Konzo and Varame are going to be coming in for their soft tyres. Konzo already has done.
Konzo thinking he can go long on that set of.
Varame's ready to come in. Carthy with a daring overtake there. There's Varame pits. Does he get it slowed down in time? He does.
And he's still under fuel, so he's not fuel saving yet, which is interesting, as I would have thought he would have been
Jacob
saving.
takes the lead into the Remus curve. Josh will get the DRS going down into, I think it's the slosh curve, but I'm not sure, on turn 3.
Would you like me to check?
Yes, please. Oh! Accident! Josh has outbraked himself there and piles into the back, into the rear of Jacob. And that's put all of his hard work undone. He's got to get back onto the track and get those soft tyres on. That is not the race has completely changed.
And the F's absolutely pouring in.
Oh no, that's not on. That's not what we want to see, Josh. You've let me down, you've let yourself down, you've let Contest of Speed down.
What a shame. Tractor F's in the chat, people. Anyway, new leader, Jacob.
Fruit now with a sniff of a win. Well, I'm thankful it's not a safety car after those antics. I mean, it was a genuine mistake, that's what's happened, and then all of a sudden, that's not how to react to it. Back to the racing though. Jacob leads Fruit. This is a battle that could see Fruit. He'll want to take maximum points, get himself back. That's what Fruit does. Fruit picks up points. Jacob gets a penalty. Where does that put us, Blades? Is Fruit clean?
Fruit, I believe, is clean.
Because if Fruit is clean, and the positions that they're in now, where they're clear of P3, it's the sort of champion's thinking that he'll probably just follow him.
Fruit is clean, yeah, so if he knows that Jacob has got a penalty, then, well...
Konzo and Varame are 25 seconds off the lead with their soft tyres. I can see them troubling the coming up to the back of maybe the Carlsbury train for P6, but I feel that the front four and Paco's in a race of his own here in P5. All alone there. Nice lonely afternoon. A bit far off the back of P4, but well ahead of P6. Jacob has broken DRS though, because I think Fruit made a mistake in the last corner.
Fruit, interestingly, now out of DRS range.
Yeah, it was running wide, I think, at the end of the last lap. Varumir and Konzo have gained a second on the leaders in that last lap. Alp is round. Did you find out what that corner was called? Is it the Schloss curve?
It is Schloss Gold. So.
Yay! Carlsbury probably felt that he had something to do with Alp spinning round, so was letting back through. Fair play, Carlsbury. That's what we like to see from our drivers here at Contest of Speed.
Fruitful will have DRS again now.
Oh, so he's back in.
Up to, I don't know what corner this is, so.
Do you know what though? Calzo is the man with the pace at the moment. Calzo has closed to the front two. It was well over a second more, this gap. He's now almost within DRS and he's brought Ferrero Rocher with him. How are these two on penalties?
Calzo is winning your golden award at the moment, mate.
Oh!
So,
even I didn't know that.
the golden, no, certainly
I got
not.
one. I got one.
Oh, and Fruit has to counter steer a bit out the second last corner. It's going to affect him coming towards turn one.
I tell you what, this is a very colourful front four. We've got pink and orange and off blue and yellow.
Luminescent blue. And Fruitful takes the lead. Easy move up towards the hairpin.
Maybe Jacob is seeing that Calzo's getting closer and wants to sees Fruit as the quicker driver, knows he's not going to beat him on penalty, so he's wanting to get dragged along by Fruit for a bit. It did seem a bit. Oh, he's outbraked himself as well, which is so easy to do down into that corner because it's the opposite of the previous hairpin, where that is it's an uphill hairpin and then there's a downhill hairpin. Sort of messes with your mind a bit, that, doesn't it? What a view this is over the curbs.
Calzo now within DRS range, so
it is a front four train of DRS. Fruit the leader. Over the line, at lap 29. Jacob second. Calzo third. Ferrero Rocher just falling off a little bit at the back, but he will still have DRS. Jacob will have it up the hill. He is pushing.
Calzo's going to want to get that double slipstream DRS effect. And well,
When we get the
himself
better,
slowed down nicely.
better launch there. Varumir with the fastest lap of the race. He's got past Combo as well in that meantime. He's the leading guy on the alternate strategy. Calzo is the man looking fastest right now. Fruit's not been able to escape, and Calzo is the man on a march at the moment. P3 in Baku. What can he do today? He's P3 at the moment, although P2 on penalties.
Fruitful still cleaned on ammo with Jacob having 3 seconds. Calzo's clear of warnings at the minute. So
V6 racer on the back of Alp. That could be interesting. Not in that part of the track, it won't be. Back to the leaders.
down onto the first DRS straight, pit straight. Rocher is in with a shout as well at the minute. He does not have DRS yet.
It's Jacob with the better exit this time. But he just messes up in the gear transitions. And now Calzo's all over him.
Calzo
and there's contact.
Around the outside.
A bit of... Fair enough, that's alright. Bit of a love tap there. I'm sorry Calzo fans, I can't stay on board with him just because he's gear glitching. Oh, it's not too bad if you're not on board with him. Round 31 of 36, up the hill.
Calzo's going to pull out and make a move on Jacob.
Brilliant pass. Absolutely
well
fantastic. Now we can get on for the lead. Champion down by, I believe he's won races previously. I think Silverstone season 3 maybe.
Is this Calzo we're talking about?
Yeah.
I believe I've seen him win races before, yeah.
Lovely helicopter shots here, ladies and gentlemen. Just as he says that, we lose the helicopter shot. Conzo's not letting Varamir escape in the battle for alternate strat glory.
Here comes Calzo now, the charging Toro Rosso. Drive DRS up towards the hairpin. And he stays behind Fruitful.
Carsbury with the crash.
Where was that?
Oh, he's just left the session, I think.
I think he's...
Has he disconnected? No, if he disconnected, he'd have just left the session. His car looks like it's got damage, but I can't see it, unfortunately. We'll go back to the leaders anyway. I'm sure all will come out in the wash of that one.
He's retired on track.
Yeah, it looked like it. Thankfully his car stopped though. A few corners later. Very wide from Jacob, that gets Jake for Ferrari all over the back of him.
This is just going to be a straight fight now for the lead. Calzo gets a wonderful exit. He's going
to be ahead of him before the corner.
Absolutely breeze past the McLaren of Fruitful.
This is Calzo's race to lose.
3 laps to go now. All he has to do is hold off Fruitful.
Is Roche on no penalties as well?
I believe he is, yeah.
So he's racing for P3 at the moment. It's the champion to be denied another victory. Calzo up 5 places. You know what, everyone's had a very good race, apart from obviously the Red Bulls have gone backwards because they're both out, and unfortunately Alfa Romeo haven't really had the strongest race, have they?
No, it is unfortunate, but I mean, there is something to
Roche all over the back of Jacob to get his position on track. Jacob glitching a bit there.
Things occur in real world that I won't go into.
Good move from the Renault.
With the Alfa Romeos, and may have put them off. May have put.
Well, that said, Cookie's caught up to Paco, who was in a race of his own. Maybe we can see a pass for this near the end of the race. The Renault up into P3 now, obviously, that move at the Remus curve. Yellow flag, Matrix, is it?
I think it was, and he's going to come into the pits. Is our very own Flying Finn.
I wouldn't retire though, anything could happen, he could still get a point.
Yeah, I wouldn't retire either in this situation. But it doesn't look like he's going to retire.
Fruit is not giving out, Calzo doing his best to break the DRS stream there. We've got very similar levels of ERS. Fruit will want to be a bit closer going into the last lap though.
Using engine braking perfectly there to get the car slowed down, braking even later than normally would.
That's why I love that corner.
It's uphill, you can brake so late.
Oh, it's beautiful. You can brake well beyond the 50-metre board. It's crazy.
It's the same with turn 1 at Coca. Which I believe we are going to at some point in the next few weeks.
Soon, with Silverstone next, for those of you not fully versed with the calendar. Cookie right behind Vaco is going to look for a last lap overtake, as is our world champion, looking to get ahead. If he wins this race, he will take the lead in the championship.
There are 2 more opportunities to do it too, Fred. Yellow flags, it's V6 Racer off. But he will probably still end up...
He's got to line it up on this one. He's got to get a better exit out of here. Which he has done, but I don't think he's close enough. Calzo weaving on the straight to break the toe. Fruit goes around the outside.
He brakes really late into that downhill corner, but Calzo's just going to get the better exit.
Did the weaving do enough for Calzo to stop Fruit getting close enough into that corner? It looks like it has done him. He's going to win it on track. 2 corners to negotiate. Around the final corner. The Red Bull Mobile corner, I believe.
It is indeed.
And Calzo wins the race. Ahead of Fruit, who takes P2. Ferrero Rocher, the lovely P3 there. Jacob 4th on track and on penalties. Vaco keeps holding off Cookie for P5 and P6. Matrix sets the fastest lap on the final lap, so there'll be no point for the fastest lap. Out moves up to 6th on penalties. Varamir over the line ahead of Conzo for P8 and P9, and points on debut for the number 2 McLaren.
And I have to say, Calzo, welcome back to the top step. Great drive.
It was a brilliant drive, storming drive in those last 10 or so laps.
Can be 2 to 3 seconds left. Can be 2 or 3 seconds back of the leaders.
He did, he had to bridge that gap all by himself, didn't he? Because he was well out of DRS of Fruit and Jacob at that point. But that sort of consistency is what keeps Fruit going in the championship. There we go, guys. There is your race results, all the way down there to the DNFs. A very, very busy looking race director here. Lots of warnings, lots of penalties. I'm still scrolling. Who was your driver of the day then, Blades?
I have to give my vote to the winner, Calzo. He showed immense pace today, and I just think bridging that gap was what did it for me.
Fair play, I'll go with that as well.
3 seconds around a track that's so DRS oriented like this is, I just think it's...
Calzo driver of the day, but Rosa for president, apparently. So if you can invite them into the party, we will get involved. Just leave it on Nicky Lauda's car for a bit while we wait for the podium, guys. It's been a year now without our good man Nicky Lauda, pretty much. Great world champion. Have we got those invites, those suggestions?
Russia, innit? Calzo, Fruitful, Rocher.
That's the one. Golden Wizard Award for Calzo. Let's just get hold of the podium, guys. Who've all been invited in. Any questions we got from people watching that you'd like to ask our podium guys? P3 is here, P2 is here. We'll start with P3 in the Renault then. Great drive there from you to finish P3. Our favourite nutty chocolate.
Yeah, pretty solid race to be fair. It could have obviously been a bit better, but I didn't have the pace. I was literally relying on Calzo to keep me moving, so...
Yeah, he dragged you right up to the front battle, didn't he? When there seemed to be two trains forming, but then you sort of got pulled into it and managed to get Jacob. You would have got him on penalties, but you took him on the track, got the overall moral victory there as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been closer with him. I wouldn't have relied on Calzo, but I had a race rider at the time when I lost Fruit, so if it wasn't for that, I probably could have been with them, but I mean, I'll still take P3 considering I started 9th.
Yeah, it's a good haul of points. Great haul of points. Good coming back through the field as well. Had to deal with a lot of people. Any particular highlight for you in that race?
Probably... Oh, I don't know. Probably passing Jacob, to be fair. I think that's probably my biggest highlight of the race. I think that's all I really had.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's probably all I had to do, so yeah, that one.
Blades, anything?
No, not really. Just a good drive to come, obviously, back from P9.
Yeah, from the bottom end of the P10. Fantastic, kept out of trouble.
Yeah, no pens, no damage, did quite well.
Fabulous. Right, P2, Fruit.
Yeah. Well,
People's champion. Couldn't quite keep P1 today though.
No, I had P1 until Calzo came around. He was just too quick today. Just when he overtook me, I know it was done. Especially only the last lap I had a little chance around the outside, but that was never going to work. So yeah, he was just too quick. Had a solid race, but yeah, not enough race pace today.
Yeah, we saw that you went for it. We were half expecting it. We thought you were sort of holding fire for the last lap.
Yeah.
Saving up a bit of ERS. Good points though. Doesn't get you the lead in the championship though, which a win would have done. But you are still there or thereabouts,
Well,
as you always are.
I'm not expecting to win the championship, to be honest. Lewis is an alien.
Well, Lewis isn't going to avoid accidents every week, is he? He's not
No. But I'm not gonna pick up the piece every week.
Oh, I don't know. If people do pick up the pieces, it's usually you. You are our man. Our man.
Yeah,
for
that's true, but
piece
still,
picking.
he's an alien. He's too quick for everyone.
Fair enough. Your highlight of the race there?
Had some pretty decent braking around the outside overtake, maybe in turn 3, I think.
No, Blades was especially pleased with your line through the Remus curve, to be fair. At the top of the hill.
Wait, is that? Did they have special lines, right?
Well, you just enjoyed the way you were going through there and how late you were braking using the engine and getting on the throttle.
Oh, okay, no, well.
But yes, P2 for you. You had some battles with the Alfa Romeos at the beginning as well.
Yeah, it was nice. Just an overall nice race.
That's good. And to our race winner, who was driving a Toro Rosso, I believe.
Hey boys.
There we go. How was that race for you? Great coming through the field there, especially at the end.
Yeah, I mean, pretty intense race, like from spinning at lap 1, I mean, I thought the race was over and just kept coming back for the field, and the safety car kind of bunched everyone back up again. Yeah, I made some nice double overtakes at time. I don't know what time it was, the hairpin, but yeah, that was some racing.
It was really, really good, especially at the end where we thought maybe you were out of it because Jacob and Fruit had that sort of buffer, but you managed to break into the DRS, and from there you were really back in it.
Yeah, I was.
That was all your hard work there.
Really hard to get into the DRS room, and I had Jay behind me as well the whole time. So I had that in the back of my head, but yeah, I was just really trying to get into DRS all the time.
Fair play. Any particular highlight for yourself?
I think it was a double overtake on lap 4 or something. I was on a Mercedes.
Oh, after you were recovering from your spin. Fair play. Very good. Blades, anything for our race winner and driver of the day, by the way?
Most impressive things I've seen. 4 seconds on a track that is DRS heavy. It's an amazing feat. It's ridiculous that you can do that. So good pace today, and congratulations.
One of your previous wins in contest of speed.
Yeah, that was my first race in contest of speed.
There we go. See if we can do it again. You're right back in that championship hunt as well. Well, only if you say
the other day.
fantastic. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We shall see you later this evening for AM Tier 2 and Silverstone next week for the European guys. Any plugs for us, Blade?
Well, like my good friend Two Spell says, you can watch America's Tier 2 later tonight. That is 9 PM Eastern Time, or 2 PM if you will, as in the UK. AM1 will be tomorrow night, along with the Elite Tier as well, I believe, at 9 PM, and AM1 at 9 PM Eastern. Then, as Two Spell says, we're back again next week, 10 PM UK, on a Monday, Tuesday and a Wednesday for Silverstone.
Fantastic.
Hope to see you again then.
In the meantime, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. We also broadcast send these out to YouTube if you want to follow the YouTube channel. And we've got obviously www.contestofspeed.live, which is our shop where you can buy lovely things, including a mug, so that you can think of Contest of Speed every time you're having tea, coffee, hot chocolate, or paraphernalia as well. Thank you very much for watching. We shall see you soon. Bye bye.